So, good afternoon and welcome to Unscripted. Relationships are special, a talk show that is focused on celebrating relationships. It's about sharing a platform with someone that you love the most, be it your parents, your spouse, your cousins, your siblings, your aunties, your uncles, your neighbors, and many more. Unscripted, as the name suggests, depicts love, courage, patience, authenticity, and an abundance. A novel idea where people speak their hearts out. We urge our invitees, sharing a special bond, to reveal how they contribute and keep smiles intact in their relationship.
Sunday morning is different to everyone. It really doesn't matter how you spend your Sundays. It matters who you spend your Sunday with. It could be church, football, cycling, movies, or hitting the snooze button and waking up an hour later. The people in your life, family, friends, they are the ones behind you. They're ones you count on. They're always there for you. Have faith in him. And believe me, once you do, good things start to happen. So come along, smile, and participate with us in excursion of these relationships.
Beautiful, Shalak. I think that was very well said. And it's an honor to be here every Sunday with one more beautiful relationship who talk and get us into their lives of what kept them together.
Yes.
Last week we had Jitendra and Meera. And I love the way the first time I spoke to Jitendra, and he said, I'm going to come with my era, which is Meera. And then after a long time, and this is what this show does, by the way, to let all my friends and colleagues who are here to know, he wrote something that he had stopped writing many years back. So he wrote a poetry for Meera, and the entire the way he narrated that entire poetry here on this show, about he being the kite and Meera being the the thread,
Yeah,
who
the
keeps
firki.
her tied, the firki.
Yes.
I think that was amazing. And these feelings like this is what keeps our show going. So I am so excited me and Shalaka rather, we are so excited to keep bringing Unscripted, celebrating relationships to all of you. And here is something special for you today.
Okay, so let's welcome our first guest. The guests, the mother daughter. I said first because we have not had a mother and daughter on our show. We've had parents and a son, and we have had father and daughter. That's where I said first mother and daughter duo. So please welcome Siji Varghese and Mary Thomas.
Awesome.
Welcome to our show. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's our privilege to be here as well. Thank you so much.
So, Shalaka, my first question. Okay, sorry, I'll wait for you to.
Okay, so before we go ahead in the conversation, we like in normal scenarios, we just have a small talk. Here, I'm going to do a small game with both of you. Okay, I've got some cards in my hand with different pictures. Okay, I'm going to shuffle and I'll pick up one card. Okay, so let's start. I'll just shuffle. I'm going to pick up a card.
Have Siji introduce Auntie.
Okay. Now this card, can you see it?
It's a goldfish. Yeah.
Yes. Now Siji, using this goldfish as an analogy, introduce Auntie to all of us here.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So go ahead and then I'll pick a card for Auntie.
I think goldfish is a beautiful fish in itself. It stands out. It's unique. It is something that you can figure it out easily in the crowd. It stands out in the crowd. And I think mom, I can relate to that very well, is that she's been a very unique person in her own self, very different. She easily stands out in the crowd. One, because of her physique, and two, because of her sound, three, because of the way she is, the way she conducts herself, and four, the warmth that she exudes. So I think with that kind of feeler, like, standing out, being there, like goldfish, being the unique one, I can relate that uniqueness with mom. Thank you. Thanks for asking.
Superb. Such a lovely introduction. Okay, Auntie, now I'm going to pick a card for you. Okay, I'm
Okay.
going to just shuffle it. And okay, these are flowers.
And the other.
Flower. It's a white flower.
So like,
How do you
Okay,
put it?
so please introduce CG to us using flower as an analogy.
so this white flower means it's a purity. It's a,
Yes.
and her kindfulness, and she is the helping nature, and all, just like an angel. She will be there everywhere. So the flower indicates that. The white flower indicates that. I mean to say.
Wow, so
Wow.
nice, so nice.
CG, I am flattered. And
CG
I
has
can,
got wings now.
that's so amazing, Auntie. Thank you for being so spontaneous and playing this in the game in its spirit. So CG, here is the first question. When I spoke to you about being on this show,
Right.
uh, and with the options that you had in your mind, you finally came back saying, okay, I want to come with mom. So why Mary Auntie? Why? What is the reason that you chose to come on the show with Mary Auntie?
She is the very reason that I'm here, right? So why not the person who is the reason for me being here? And today being Guru Purnima Day, apart from saying Happy Guru Purnima to all those beautiful souls who have taught me, I feel my very first guru is my mom, who taught me to walk, talk, eat, and do a lot many things, the values, the beliefs, the perspectives. I think everything that I have is from her, her warmth, her smiles. I think so. I felt this is the best relationship that I could always begin with. Of course, we have such lovely relationships with so many of them, but this is the very first that I connect with, and that's my mama.
Wow, that was so well said. So, Auntie, when Shiji told you about being on this show Unscripted, and where we talk about our relationships, uh, what is that first thought that came to your mind?
So I was thinking I should not be make ashima for her. I should be very prompt in giving the answers and all, whatever it may be. As long as I can do it, I will do the best to make her happy, and what do you know means.
She's like feeling all the time, oh my god, I am getting to share the stage with my daughter, and that's like a beautiful feeling for her. So she
And
was thrilled, she was happy, she was
this
excited.
this
Yeah.
I got excitement of this privilege to be in on the stage in this platform.
So nice. So, Auntie, as I was complimenting you, you are looking gorgeous today, and
Thank you.
and and especially that brooch that you're wearing on your sari looks amazing.
Okay, thanks a lot. It's a
And
very
yeah, because
thank you.
yeah, Auntie, what I just what CG was also sharing when we had a talk to her. She was sharing about your excitement to be on this show, the sari collection that you have, and the decisions that you wanted to do. Okay, is this the right sari? Is this the right color? And then we also just came to know that you have a big collection of brooches, and
Yeah, of
for
course.
every sari you have yeah, I mean, that shows your interest and that shows your openness to be on the platform and just go and enjoy. And that's a very good quality, Auntie. Really good. Thank you so much.
Okay, thanks for the compliments.
Welcome, Auntie. So, Auntie,
Ajay,
one of the questions that I want to ask you is, what are your memories or any that memory that you remember of CG in her growing up years while you were a working mom at that time?
so the my first best memory is the time when I gave birth to a chubby, cute child, and I become a mother. That was my first memory and my excitement.
Right.
And after seeing her face, I am so thrilled, and I forget all the 10 months struggles which I underwent at the time of pregnancy and the delivery and all. So that was my first memory in my life. And the second one which must be, I can say, when I saw that she is also going through the same troubles, and she is giving birth to a chubby child and making me a grandmother.
Okay.
And
That's
and
great.
uh, and of course she was a very cute child at the when she was small, and I was very happy with her because she never used to make any trouble or anything like that until she gets a brother to fight with him. Otherwise, up to that time, she was very quiet, and she was very obedient and very respectful, and all. Even afterwards also she's like that only. The only thing, she used to fight with the sibling.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Wonderful.
So Siji, Auntie mentioned that you've always been a cute baby. What are
Chubby.
Cute chubby.
cute chubby? So, what are your memories of your childhood about Auntie?
Okay, I remember all those memories where I've got a pinch or a hit most of the times, more than anything else. I still recollect one incident when we were going to Kerala. And that time we used to have this 2 day journey to go to Kerala in the train. Okay. And my brother was very small. He was maybe 6 or 7 months when he would be, all that he would be doing is peeing in his, in his napkins. And that time we didn't have diapers. We were more into napkins, right? So he would have used a lot of his napkins in the journey, and mom would have washed, and she told me, just catch hold of this, let it dry, air dry in that train. I caught it near the window, and the wind was so sharp, I kind of let go of all the napkins, and I remember I got a nice little pinch from her for letting go of that. I still remember that. Oh my god. And that might be my earliest memory. Maybe I was like 4 or 5 years of age. That was one. And the second one that I always remember is like when I was in first, where we were staying in Kalyan in Mumbai. We had, my school was just next to my home, right? And she would see me off from the door till I reach my class. So I would be climbing the steps and I would be telling bye bye, tata tata to her till I reach my class. She could still see me from the house, and I still recollect that. And now it's so many years until today that saying a bye from the window is still a system with us. And my husband still laughs. Does anybody do like this? You are still doing that. So those are some of my things which I remember. They're my earliest childhood memories. So those are things which really gets me nostalgic, and I sometimes also wish that I do the same with my boys too, so that they could have those memories, those early memories, that mom stands outside the window and she will still say a bye, no matter how much busy she is. She will still come at the window and do that. So
So
But
nice.
your
It's so
children are
sweet.
not doing that way.
That's so sweet, CG. Thank you for sharing that. CG, my question to you next is, what are the qualities that you have adopted from your mother?
I think a very positive outlook towards life,
Okay.
the ever grinning smile that she has. So probably that's come to me automatically as a legacy. So she keeps smiling. I am also smiling, and she's a very talkative person. I ended up being talkative, and I chose the field of speaking because there was no other space where I could vent out my talking space, and this is the only space where everybody would listen and I get an opportunity to talk. So I talk and talk, and that became my space as well. So I guess a lot that I have, the positive outlook, the smiles, the talkative nature, the being social, is a lot that is imbibed from her, from the way she is. And of course, as I said, she's the first guru who kind of got me into that space. I still remember when mom, she used to tell me, that when she was preparing for her income tax inspector exams during those times, and I was with some kind of chicken pox, something like that, and she would
Means pneumonia.
pneumonia or something. I had some fever, and she would want to sit and study, and I would not go to anyone else's hand, only my mother, and I would want to cling and stick on to her all the time. And maybe all those things still, the warmth that she, the protection that she gave, the comfort that they gave, no matter how hard they had a life, but they ensured that we go through a very beautiful space. We are always protected. Even to date, she ensures that I'm protected, taken care of, given that comfort and all those spaces. So I guess this is something that I have taken on her, and I would like to pass it to my babies too.
Thank you so much, Siji, for sharing that. Before we go ahead, I just have a small question to the people who are watching us today. Ami, Vishal, Narendra, Collins, Moses Collins. I said in the introduction, it's not how you spend your Sunday, but who you spend your Sunday with. So I would like them to just type in the comments, whom are they spending their Sunday with today? CG, clearly you are spending it with your mom, your guru. So, and happy to share that platform with us, and vice versa. It's a pleasure to watch that relationship unfold on this platform. And I would urge others. Susan Thomas also is here. She's typed. So I would request all of you to just type in the comments. Okay, so the next question, Auntie, I would like to ask you is, there is always some kind of disagreements that we have in all the relationships. So what are those topics that you and Siji do not agree upon? It may be parenting styles, or it may be the time
Eating
management,
habits.
maybe the eating habits, anything, any kind of disagreements that you have. What are the topics?
She has all disagreements.
My main disagreement is that her attitude of laid back approach to her work and all. She is
So lazy.
so lazy, and for all the work, she will wait for the last moment. She will not finish the work before that. At the 11th hour, she will start the working on that topic, and then somehow she will finish it. But at the 11th hour, she will be in a hurry to make everything and all. That for that, I always used to tell her, you should not be like that. You should be a little bit more responsible and careful and mindful in all her work or anything, whatever he is taking out, she is taking out. That I
Okay.
always used to tell her, I am disagreeing with you. She will tell me that, Mama, I am finishing it now. I said, this is not the question that it should not be, you should not keep it to the 11th hour, because that time we cannot predict that if something happens, you cannot finish it off. So it's better to finish early and keep ready everything. That is in my attitude is like that. What if I wanted to go for somewhere by 12 o'clock, I will be ready by 11:30 only. I will leave. Means and if somebody give me some appointment, you come over here. I will come at least 5 minutes earlier, and she will come after 10 minutes only. That is her main problem.
Okay. Great. Thank you for sharing that.
So, Siji, while we discussed the first time and we were catching up with Auntie, you had mentioned that she's very forgiving. Auntie has a nature of being very forgiving and very welcoming to people, versus sometimes that you may not be able to forgive. So what's that story about?
I can hurt them, right? That's always me. So I kind of, if somebody does that to my mom, or if somebody does to that to anyone who are my first primary circle, I tend to get hurt, and when I get hurt, I hold a grudge against that person for doing that little bit of whatever they did. Have the tear in the eye of my loved one. So that way, I am a little less forgiving, and she just doesn't hold any grudge. She will be like, one moment she may feel bad and sad about it, but the next moment you find that they both are good friends again. And I would like, seriously, you friends again? Seriously, you can be so goody back again? For me, the next time also when I see the person, I would be like, okay, you hurt. you hurt, I don't think I can forgive you so easily. And she would be like back to being friends. So I that's what it's typically with her and me. The difference between her and me, like she's quite forgiving, and I am forgiving to people who hurt me, but not forgiving to the people who hurt my loved one. So I'm like a little possessive on that space. So that's where it is all coming from.
Okay. I think that's an amazing. Thank you for sharing that, Siji. And I think Mary Auntie, the reason why you vibrate with positivity. I think what Siji said, and we could feel that even right now when we are talking to you. I think that's amazing. So I think while we keep going on, Shalaga, I think it's time for some fun.
Okay, so let's go ahead, Auntie and CG, both of you. This question is for both of you. Uh, I want you all to share something to
Mm-hmm.
people who are listening to us who probably know you, but some sweet secrets or habits that you all have that people may not know. So, CG, why don't you go ahead first? Share
Yeah,
something
I
about
will.
Mary Auntie that many people would not know.
Yeah, she looks like a very tough lady from outside, but she's the most darpuk person as well, right?
Okay.
She looks so tough, right? Like being like an income tax inspector or an officer, she's got that aura of that toughness around her. But that's just look wise, But inside, she's a very big darpuk. Darpuk in the sense, uh, previously, like when my dad was there, like last 20 years, she has evolved a lot. But still today, like for example, she is in the kitchen and I kind of from back call, Mama. She'll be, she'll just get like that, scared. And whatever is there in her hand or anything, she could easily kind of create that drama around that. So one such secret or instance that I remember was like my dad, he used to have a long travel while he had to come back home from work every single day. So we used to have dinner around 9ish, and that was the same time my mom would also love to watch the serials in the TV. Those were the times when serials had just come in the TV, and my mom was full engrossed. So my mom was sitting here, my dad was sitting here, and my mom was looking into the TV and into the serial, full into the crux of the serial. And my dad was having his dinner in a steel cup plate. Okay. And after having dinner, and probably he would have started seeing the serial also, he kind of slowly went into a nice little sleep. And in the slumber, his plate fell off from his hand, and my mother was looking into the serial. So you can imagine what could have happened to her. Ayo, like that, she went around, and suddenly she just flared up like that. My father was sitting there. For a moment, he got the jolt of his life, like oh God, what happened? It was such a funny thing. To date, I just think, and we just burst out into peals of laughter. After that, my father never sat close to her while she's watching serial and while he's
I could imagine the whole scene there. I could really do that. Amazing. Superb. Auntie, would you like to share about CG?
uh, Siji's thing, whatever it is there from the child, means at the time of when she's a small girl, I can mention something which other people may not be knowing it. But she was a very poor eater.
poor eater. I'm no longer a poor eater.
No,
I'm a
no,
foodie now.
no.
I had foodie. Yeah.
When she was a small child, she never used to like to take a food in her own way. Fussy for that. Only the thing, 2-3 times, if I am giving the milk with the proteinics and all, she will drink it. That she will just take it and drink. And other thing, she never used to have it. But being a working lady, I cannot see her all the time. I am leaving her in the maid with the maid and all. So morning, I try to feed her like anything. Whatever before going to school, I used to feed her chapati or appam or whatever it may be. I will make her to eat, and then only I will send her to the school. And then afternoon time she will come, and from the maid whatever she will eat. But in the evening I will see for that. And when she was at the age of 3 or 4, we used to give the rice morsels and all, no, like that. She was very fussy. She will say, I want only 10 morsels, like that. So I said, okay, I will mix all the bhajis, everything, and I will make the 10 morsels, and then the rest I will remove it. And then slowly she will eat. But as long as her age is also increasing, no, she was strict to that 10 muscles only. So I was also cunning in that way. So I used to make the muscles big, according to her. That she never noticed or she didn't understand or whatever it may be, that I used to make it bigger. Up to the age of 10, I was feeding her, but up to the when she was 10 also, she was sticking to that 10 muscles. So by that time, my muscles were big. That she will not notice. She will just take and will eat like this. She will eat and finish it off. And she was also not knowing, but I was knowing it, and cunningly I used to mix all the vegetable and everything, and she used to eat it. And afterwards also means this muscles practice is over, but maid is also gone. So I used to give her keep the lunch in the plate for my both the children. So by the time I used to come by after 6 only every day. But suppose if I am coming before 6 o'clock and I am ringing the bell, she will come with means with a very afraid, scaring nature. She will come and open the door. Mama, why you came early? I said, why? No, no, no. You used to come by 6 o'clock only. No. By that time only I will come to know that she has not finished her lunch. She will keep it. That actually outside people doesn't know because this is her habit. So sometimes
Right.
I will quickly, I know that why she is scared and all. I will just go with ignoring that, and I will go and sit in the bedroom. And by that time she will go inside and finish it off and put the plate in the sink. But sometimes I will make her know that I know that you should not do like that. No, Mama, I was feeling not hungry and all like that. That was her bad, what you call lazy thing or whatever it may be, eating habit. That afterwards, that is her.
Wow.
Wow. Siji, now we know a lot of your secrets.
That was my past. That was my past.
But
Don't.
now, no need of forcing her. Whatever it is there, she will grab immediately and she will finish it off.
Otherwise, what we'll do is, Auntie, when she's coming to our place, no, we'll also keep 10
10
morsels.
morsels.
Great,
Great.
great. Awesome. So, Siji, you mentioned while we were having a conversation, and you mentioned that Auntie has evolved in maybe the last 20 years, after whatever happened. So, how would you define the Auntie, before Uncle was there, and Auntie after Uncle has, gone for his further journey?
So before daddy was there, she wouldn't know what's happening in the bank, in the market, a lot many things, the transactions, like how things are happening. So mama was more focused with the children, the home, the job, and there were so many things. Plus, she used to not even sleep alone in one room. When she used to see me sleeping alone in a room, she used to think, "Arey, how she's lying alone in this house, like in the room? I can't even sleep alone." And she was like that, as I said, now her physique defies what is there, darpuk to the core. So she was like that. So even after daddy left, that was something that she was really struggling to face with. But eventually she started getting the courage within herself that daddy is around and daddy will take care of me, daddy will protect me. So that kind of evolvement, that kind of scare, now that she stays in the whole house by herself, somebody who could not stay alone in a room, that she could stay all alone in a house at this age, was like something very different. And then she going out and doing everything that daddy used to do, right from taking care of my brother, hadn't even finished his studies and he were going for his higher studies to US. And without daddy's help, without doing anything there, the finances, the taking him, I mean, ensuring that he goes there, gets his studies done, then to his marriage, to his baby, to my babies, taking care of all of that single-handedly, doing the bank work, all the transactions, the property transactions, everything under the sun by herself. She has gone through a massive transformation, and in spite of all the hardships, that she's still able to keep the smile intact. Probably I would have been in a very depressed state. She misses daddy like crazy because she's very talkative and she doesn't have anyone in the house to talk, so she does miss him a lot. And many a time as a daughter, because I have my own family and my work, I'm not able to spend that time with mama, and I feel guilty about it many of the times. But yeah, there is this much that you can do at certain times. Maybe the stretch is important. uh, but yeah, so I feel that she's evolved a lot over, especially after daddy went. So yeah, now she's our dad and mom both.
Beautiful. And Auntie, I think hats off to you because, I have seen a lot of people who break down in scenarios like that. But I think the way the way CG narrates and the way you've taken care of those things, uh, absolutely hats off to your smile, to your charisma, to who you are being for all of us. I think it's an inspiration. Thank you for being that. And
Thank you.
the lovely part is in every relationship, CG, as you mentioned, there's always that a time when you want to give more, and you know that, okay, I want to do this, I want to do this, but somehow that may or may not happen. Uh,
Absolutely.
yeah. So, Auntie, let me make it a little more lighter. So, tell me, what is that one thing you want Siji to change about herself?
The main thing, like I earlier said, the laziness, that she should change it. And that 11th hour running for that finishing the work, and the easy way, easy go habit, that she should stop it. That all, she should be little more active in all her work and activities and all. That is that she should change.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Great. And Auntie, what is that one thing, one of the things that you are most proud of CG?
Means I am proud of her ever learning attitude
Okay.
and the inspiring nature and the motivation she is giving to others. And I am proud that she has been in the TEDx platform 2 times in here up till now. And also, she is the recipient of United Nations uh, Karmavir Chakra Award. That all,
Wow.
uh, that is all means I am proud of her. And not only that, means still she is having that uh, attitude to go beyond the way to learn and have some certifications. And after a major surgery also, she go ahead in US, and she has taken the certification of ROA course. And and I'm proud that she has chosen this profession in her career. And all these things are her plus points, and I am proud of her. That.
Thank you so much, Auntie. Thank you for sharing that.
And just I want to take a moment, Auntie. Thank you for being so open and sharing. Everybody who listens to this show, I just want you all to go back, take a moment, and tell your children, at whatever age they are, you telling them, we always keep correcting them and telling them that what you should do this, you should do that, you should not do this, you should not do that. But take a moment and go back and tell them what about them makes you proud. I think that makes a lot of difference. And it doesn't matter what age your children are. They may
Yeah.
be 50, 40, 30, 10, 20, whatever age they are. Just go back and tell them because it makes a difference. So, Auntie, thank you. I think that's a landmark with regards to the way you've appreciated
Yeah, I
Siji.
am. I am. I am still proud of that. She always used to ask me, "Mama, I am going to do this thing. This will be good or not." Means I used to give her that whatever I can tell her. I said, "Okay, you go ahead, or you think it off like that." So she used to take the advice mostly for all her activities. And even if she is going for any study also, she used to ask me till now, that I used to give her that courage also, and I used to give her that advice also. So she respect to that. For that also, I am so much uh, proud of her.
You
So
know, I remember one thing. I used to love reading and all those comics and those novels and those books. And Mama would be like, "Don't read. This is not the time to read. You have to learn your school books." And you know what I used to be doing? You know, I used to have this geography book, which was this big book, and I used to keep my novels and my comics inside that and read. And my mama used to think, why this girl is so fascinated all the time with the geography book. She wouldn't know that was the longest book that we had. I could easily kind of keep it. And one fine day, she kind of coolly, you know, when I was there, and she coolly take that out, and I get a nice whack that day. So I remember all the whacks that I've got in my life. So she would be like, you know, why you want to read this? But later on, she would always tell my brother, you know, your sister used to read. No, that is why she's like this. You don't read. No, that's not a good habit. This is a good habit. You should be like her. And I would be like, okay,
But
that's fine.
the same experience she is finding with her children. They will take the book and they will instead of a story book, they will keep the mobile and then they will start. That,
Next
that
generation, yeah.
you ask her how she feels that when she saw that.
So amazing, Auntie, and that's true, Auntie. It just keeps going through the same cycle, and we all go through the experience of the parenting in that way. Uh, so, Siji, what is it that you are proud of? What would
I'm
you want
proud.
to?
I am proud the way she is because she's amazing. She's my mom. So she's the best person for me, any which ways. Like, because I feel as a daughter, we all share a special bond with the mothers because uh, that's where you start your journey with, right? And I always say that my journeys have been similar like hers. Maybe even while giving delivery to a baby, like she would be going through hard times in the 9 months. I also went through the 9 months hardships and a lot many things, you know, all that happened to her. And I will say, I think it's happening to me also. I think we both are bonded beyond the umbilical cord. We have a more stronger connection, a more stronger purpose. And she is like a backbone all the time. She's been there whenever I need her, any point in time, even to date. So she is there. She's just a call away, and without even a call she would come running in. So I kind of feel the way she conducted herself, the work that she did as in a very demanding workspace while she was the income tax officer, the space she held for us while daddy was no longer there, as playing the role of both the parents, taking care of the grandchildren, having a positive attitude towards life, being there to do that extra mile, going the extra mile, stretching the extra mile for everyone around her. And so there are so many things, and one single-handedly doing so much so that we all feel proud about her. And I'm sure my brother would also resonate with this a lot. So that's it, mama, for us. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I really loved the line you said, you're bonded beyond the umbilical cord. That's so profound. And yeah, I mean, sometimes, yes, there is more than the actual relationship status that we share. So thank you for sharing that, CG. And I'll go ahead with the next question that I have again for both of you. Auntie, I just want to ask you first. Here we're talking about relationships, and the platform that we have is about celebrating relationships, the different relationships. So I want to ask you, what does celebrating relationship mean to you?
The celebrity relationship mean to me is I will be happy when others are happy on because of me.
Okay.
So the one incident is there 19 years before when I lost my husband. My son was proceeding for his higher studies to master's degree to US. So he was planning and everything was ready. But all my family and my friends used to tell me, maybe you don't send him to now to US. Let him be here only. He will get a job because he has his engineering degree. and she will get it. But I know that his happiness was to go there and study master's degree there. So I said, no, I will sacrifice. I mean, I will not make him to sacrifice because of me. I find happiness in his happiness. So I send him ahead to study in US, and then now he is very happy there. So by saying that, I am so happy and proud of me myself itself only. One
Super.
more thing, yeah. The other thing means making others happy means when I was traveling to US in 2004 for my son's graduation. My uh, grandson, the only one grandson that he was only 3 years, and he was in a you don't know what it is America and all no. When I started packing my baggage and all no, he also taken a small suitcase, a briefcase, and kept ready. He said, "What is that?" "I am going to America with Mary Amachi." So we all laughed actually that time. What is mean? But before I leaving the house, only he took the briefcase and then he came out of the door. I'm going to America. So we just got quiet and we took him to the airport and all. And he was always with me only. He never used to go to Siji or Georgie. He was with me and he is thinking as if I am taking him to US. But I felt so sad how to leave him because but by the time when I that flight time was came, he was fell asleep. So I said, don't make him get up, let him be like that only, I will go ahead. But after when he got up, when he saw that I am not there, he was crying like anything. She was telling, I want to go, I want to go to with Amici and all. But I felt so bad, and that time
And
I
when she came back, no, he didn't talk to her.
and after 1 month, I was coming. He came to airport to pick me up and all. But he never used to look at me. He was looking at the other side and all. Told him, Baba, I brought him this thing, Barney doll, this thing and all. No, no, that my uncle, he kept it in the box. No, like that only. He was not looking at me. Then I made it a point in my mind itself. I took a promise that one day or the other thing I will take him to US. So at the age of when he's become 14 years, I got by the grace of God, I got a chance to take both my grandchildren to US in 2015 and to join with my third grandson who is in US. And then it was a very pleasant time, and I was so happy that the children, both the grandchildren, I could take them to US. And I was so happy by seeing their happiness. And because of that, they could even go for the Tony Blair's
Tony Robbins.
Tony Robbins GYLS course in US. After the next year only, my first one he went, because after 14 years only they can go. And when that second one also became 14 years, because the visa was there, that was the main criteria. So they are having the visa up to 2024. So the both got still they are telling, means they miss some school exams and all. No, still my second grandson is no, I don't mind that missing that classes and all, but I could go there. Twice they both went. So I find so much happy in that. That is the main thing. Means uh, I believe in my happiness is making others happy. That is what I can
Super.
say.
Well said, Auntie. Well said. CG, what does
Oh,
celebrating relationship mean to you?
I think the biggest lesson my dad left me with was that never take any relationship for granted, because you don't know how long you are with that person. And he kind of thought that pretty early in my life. And I feel that that's one reason why I learned to cherish every moment. So no matter, even if it's the smallest kind of a celebration, we like to celebrate, because you don't know, are you there for the next moment or not? Are you there in that relationship and in that space for the next moment or not? So cherish every moment that you have, because those are very limited, and at the end of the day, that's all that you have to hold on, those memories, those moments, and you don't have anything else. So you may collect so much of things in your life, but if you don't have stories to tell, your life is very empty. So I always feel it's not things that you should have, but you should have moments to share with others. And that's what I believe in. And I think that's the biggest lesson my father has when he left. That's the biggest thing. His leaving has created that lesson for me.
Superb. So well said. Thank you, CG, for sharing that.
I think, Auntie, I so much resonate with you. And I should say that, one of the things that, CJ, as you rightly said, that probably which I have inherited from my parents is about, ensuring that there's happiness around, ensuring that, the person next to you is happy. And if that person is happy, is what makes you happy. And and the beauty, yes, CG, what you said has become a lot more prominent in the last 1.5 year because of COVID, where we really do not know, whether we have the next moment or not. There are so many people who lost their closed ones, and all my blessings and all my feelings for them and due respect. But yes, this is the moment, and if you can make the best out of this moment, celebrate that moment with them, that's what we will create as a memory on ongoing basis. So it's wonderful talking to both of you, and I think I'm absolutely blessed. I'm leaving with goosebumps from this session, that the kind of sharing, the kind of relationship that I see in both of you, literally that Hindi movie dialogue, CG, which is there, you are like a parchai of Auntie, a complete replica of who Auntie is. So, Auntie and Siji, thank you for being here and sharing all those stories and letting us be in your life. I just want to ask the last from our side is how was it being on this show together? How was your experience of being on Unscripted?
Yeah. So I feel the best thing that has happened is that reliving those memories. One, because we don't normally tend to do that on a regular time, right? Bonding over all those things, remembering, and also having a candid feel of what she thinks about me, because she will never tell me what she's proud about. Huh? This is the first time that I'm hearing from her what she's proud of. All that she would have is to give me complaints, do this, do that, you're like this, you're like that. But this is the first time she's telling me that she is proud, and I feel really good about that. That's made my years, not just my day. And this is on record, so that's even more better, because this I could always show it. Okay, this is what you had to say about me, so you can't go back on anything.
Right.
So I guess this has really brought us getting into that space of remembering those good times, remembering those moments where you fall, you fail, you live with some kind of regrets, guilt for not being there at certain times, but still being that this is the beauty of a relationship, isn't it? That you it has everything. We are all imperfectly perfect or perfectly imperfect creatures,
Yeah.
and that's the best. You had to have a daughter like me, and I had to have a mother like her, and that's our soul journey together. Probably next time I would be her mom to get get even with all that she did with me.
See
All
your
that
ambition.
chimtees that she's
See
given
your
me.
ambition.
See all the chimtees that she's given me. I have marks of all the chimtees and the pinches on my hand.
Because of that, you are in this platform now. That you must think. Yeah. Because otherwise, if I was leaving you unnoticed, your defaults or anything, you should have been somewhere else. Because of that, you are in this.
देखो अभी भी उसका
हाँ.
कैसे नहीं कि मैंने कुछ किया.
It should be like that only.
So what is your take on how this platform?
I was so thrilled to be in this platform because this is the first time I am appearing in a
Real reality.
Yeah, the first time she's become Facebook Live.
Oh my God.
So for that, actually, she should also be proud of me. No, isn't it correct? Huh?
Yes, yes.
Otherwise,
Absolutely.
Siji,
otherwise, who will come in this old age to be in the platform of Facebook or YouTube
correct.
live? If anybody will dare to come, this is my.
Kalpesh,
Huh?
old age, bolo, and
Huh?
you just now said that she looks younger than me.
So she does, but at the same time, yes, we are proud of you, Auntie, and I'm sure Siji, you are proud of her. That who otherwise gets ready to come on a show like this. So we are
Yeah,
proud
yeah,
of both of you.
that only she should be proud of me. See, all the way from my house to here, come to here and join in with you with her after finishing my work at home and my mass at home and all. No, then I finish it off and I run. Means who will come at the age of after 72, 73? If anybody will come,
No,
Oh, Siji, are you
huh?
proud or not?
Yeah, I
Say
am
it.
proud.
Say it
Yeah.
live.
thank you so much, Auntie.
So
I
we
think
are
we,
also thank you
we
so much to giving us an opportunity to come on this platform
And celebrate
to
relationships. Celebrate this
celebrate
relationship.
this relationship.
Thank you.
great. Thank you, Auntie. And I think, Auntie, it's our honor, and the kind of stories that you and CG have from our side, we'll only wish that we have so many more stories like this coming up, and whether on the platform, off the platform, we would want to keep hearing that over cups of coffee with you, Auntie.
Okay,
Look
definitely.
forward.
You are
Look forward.
look forward. You are most
Absolutely.
welcome.
Thank you, Shalaka and
Thank
Thank
Kalpesh.
you.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you both.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Auntie, and thank you,
Okay,
CG.
okay, thank you.
I think that was fantastic.
And Auntie demanding that, boss, you need to be proud that I'm here. I mean, that was so candid and that was so raw to really say it out loud. That, yeah, we have to acknowledge ourselves and be present to those small moments that make us feel, you know what, I deserve the acknowledgement.
Yes, and one is about saying that, the second is about being ready that yes, she's 73,
Yeah,
she's never been on a platform like
of
this,
course. Yes.
and being there, and she was the show stealer.
Yes,
You know,
definitely.
the way she was talking, the way she was acknowledging. I think I want to also acknowledge Siji. Siji, thank you for for coming along with Auntie. There's so much of those stories, and I think the way she spoke about the transformative journey of Auntie, and
Right.
and as you really picked up that there's that relationship beyond just that cord that
Bonds
binds,
together.
that
Yeah.
bonds together. I think we feel blessed, and I think to all the audience who participated, Narendra, Neerja, Virender, Ami, Suzanne, Moses, all of you who participated, who put comments there. We are blessed to have all of you as a part of this journey. We wouldn't make this show or this showing celebrating relationships successful if it wasn't for the blessings and for the love that you all shower on us. So thank you, and stay connected with us because the stories continue every Sunday at 12. We have a new relationship, we have a new pair of people who are going to be there on the show talking about what's kept them together during this journey. So stay tuned, keep enjoying. Until then,
Get unscripted and
keep
keep
celebrating
celebrating
relationships.
relationships.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.